Hello, my name is V Moniz, and welcome to the Health Navigator channel. I am so happy that you have joined me today, this week. This week, I have a few tips. I want to talk about SSDI and SSI and how the two are different. You would think that people know the difference, but there are some people that still do not know the difference. So, for those people in my audience who may not truly understand the difference between SSDI and SSI, there's only two. So, I want to educate you today on the difference. So SSDI, which is Social Security Disability Insurance. And this is what people the working class, when you work long enough, if you look at your payroll check, you will see where they take out Social Security. And when you are eligible for Social Security, whether you become ill, disabled, or elderly, you're entitled to those benefits. So if you work long enough and say you become disabled before you are of age to claim Social Security disability, then if you have worked long enough, then you can claim those benefits through SSDI. That means that you have stacked up enough money. Basically, you have paid in enough money, because I want to break this down into layman terms. You have stacked up enough money over the years that you have worked, paid in to the Social Security disability um, insurance. You have paid in enough to be eligible to collect if you become disabled. And again, that's funded through your payroll taxes. They take that out automatically. You have already contributed to the payroll taxes. So your work history is what determines if you qualify for Social Security disability, and it's called SSDI. And you can find out more information on socialsecurity.gov. And SSI, that's for any individuals that may be disabled, may be elderly, may be blind, and it is not determined on work history. It is actually determined based on limited income resources, regardless of their work history. And it provides a safety net for those individuals with the disabilities, for the elderly, as I said, and those that have limited income resources. And a lot of times, people that are on SSI may also be able to qualify for Medicaid insurance, because their income tend to be less than people that may be on SSDI. Sometimes people that's on SSDI, depending on their income, may or may not qualify for Medicaid insurance. It depends, and it varies on situations. But a lot of times, people that are on SSI, income tends to be less. In my personal experience dealing with people, most of the time, their income tends to be less. So a lot of times they may also qualify for Medicaid insurance. But as I say, it is individually based. So don't take what I say and just say that you're going to automatically qualify. You will have to definitely check your income to determine. Go to the socialsecurity.gov website, as well as if you wanted to apply for Medicaid, check with your local Medicaid office to see if you qualify. But those are the two differences, and I want to educate you on those two differences. The other tip I wanted to give to you is those that are on SSI. I wanted to talk about. There is something called substantial gainful activity. And just because you receive Social Security disability, there may come a time where you are feeling up to working. Um, and they have something, a safety net that's in place for those that are on disability called SGA. And it's called, as I said, substantial gainful activity. And that is, you can also find more information on socialsecurity.gov. Socialsecurity.gov is full of credible resources for you. So anytime you are looking for information, you may forget or you need a refresher, go to socialsecurity.gov and they can give you the resources that you need that are credible. Every year, the SGA amount rises, and this is for people that are disabled but desires to get out into the workforce to earn extra income. And for 2025, the substantial gainful activity amount is $2,700 for the blind. But if you are non-blind, if you're not blind, then it's $1,620 a month. You can make an extra $1,620 a month if you receive Social Security disability. This does not apply to SSI benefits. Again, it says SGA is for the non-blind disabled, applies to Social Security, and SGA for the non-blind disabled applies to Social Security and SSI benefits. This is what I'm sorry, I said it wrong. It applies for people that the 1620 applies to people that are non-blind and that receive SSI. So you can make an extra $1,620 a month. If you are blind, then they allow you to make extra, which is $2,700 a month. So again, if it's your first time going out into the workforce, you can get with different programs. They have the Ticket to Work program, and you get a trial period for 9 months to go out into the workforce. And that 9 months, you can make as much money as you can make within that 9-month period. If you're disabled for the first time and you're going out into the workforce since you've been deemed disabled, if you get to a point where you can work again or fill up to working again. But then after that, you can work monthly and bring in, as of right now, as of 2025, you can bring in $1,620 a month. And as I said, every year there's an increase that you can bring in. So in 2026, you want to check the website again. And they do send out paperwork to people that are disabled. They will send you information in the mail, so look for those letters and let you know that there has been an increase in the substantial gainful activity. And again, it's called SGA. So people that are disabled, you can work, you can make a certain amount. You just have to keep up and report your earnings to Social Security, because you don't want to get into overpayment. But again, there is a difference between SSDI, which is Social Security Disability Insurance, and SSI. And Social Security Disability Insurance is based on your work history. If you are on a job currently, you are paying into your Social Security disability. But you have to be on that job, your work history, for so long now. So it's so many years. And like I said, I can talk about that at another time. I'll give you the history of how many years. But if you can remember, some of you probably receive it in the mail. They will send you a letter in the mail. I believe it used to be white and may have green writing. But when you qualify to receive benefits, you will receive a letter in the mail from Social Security that tells you if you were to stop working now or had to stop working now, this is the amount you will be eligible for. It may say $1,200 or 13 or 15, $1,600, whatever you will be eligible for. And then, of course, if you have dependents, then, whatever amount they will be eligible for. Now, with the SSI, for today. Again, I am your health and wellness navigator. My name is V Moniz. Subscribe for more tips. I desire to educate you and be here for you on this journey. Join me on more tips as we navigate through health and wellness in our community and beyond. Enjoy your evening and goodbye. Thanks for being here.